The more you practice actually speaking to your younger parts of who you are in that way, holding those parts of you with acceptance and compassion and connection and creativity and calmness, the easier it will be to just do that with your child. And so you have this beautiful opportunity to witness how, of course, I would never judge my son. I would never put him down. I would never make him put pressure on him. That energy that you bring to him, I need you to start bringing to yourself.
Gabby Bernstein, a role model for spiritual seekers.
Welcome back to Dear Gabby, my friends. Welcome back. I have a really heart-centered topic for you today. It's all about how to connect to your inner child. We all have a lot of different parts of who we are. We have parts of us that feel very scared, alone. We have parts of us that may feel confident and connected. We have parts of us that may feel rageful. Maybe you've said out loud to yourself, when I don't feel like I'm being understood, I have this part of me that gets outraged. Or maybe you've said, whenever I am in a relationship, I have a part of me that feels terrified. The fact that you refer to it as a part of you is actually quite accurate. We have these parts of ourselves that are sometimes frozen in time. They're child parts. They're exiled parts. They're parts of us that have been growing up with us and have developed how we act in the world. And so while you may think that you're 40 now, you may be spending a lot of your day in your 5-year-old part. And we have these inner children, according to internal family systems therapy, which is what I'm speaking of right now. We have these inner children, these different child parts, these young parts that feel super activated and never got the support that they needed. And then we have these other parts of us that protect against the feeling of not getting what we needed. And so there's exiled child parts, and then there's protectors. And the protectors are working their ass off to try to keep us from ever having to face into the exiled feelings of being unlovable, being inadequate, not feeling safe, not feeling cared for. And so what can we do? We can bring more self energy, which is the all-knowing, loving, undamaged, resourced, compassionate, calm, connected, clear part of who we are, the truth of who we are. We can cultivate a great awareness of that self-energy and let that self-energy support the younger child parts within us. So the first step right now is to just take a look at some of the ways that you get activated. So maybe you get activated and triggered when you feel out of control. Or maybe you feel activated and triggered when you're asked to speak publicly. What are those ways? And just become a little curious about what comes up when you get activated. Do you recoil? Do you fight back? Do you become rageful? And start to notice those reactions as actually parts of who you are. And then maybe choose one. Choose one of those parts. Maybe it's the rage, maybe it's the fear, maybe it's the reactivity. And get a little curious about it. Notice where it lives in your body. Notice what you know about it. Become curious. And upon getting a little bit more information about that part of you, you might want to ask, how old are you? And often what you're going to hear is 5, 10, baby. These are young parts of who we are. And the intention for this episode is to help these young parts feel more safe. Because we all have within us self. We all have that undamaged resource, internal parent, that at any moment can show up for these little parts. So this show is all about giving grace and giving love and compassion and connection, calm, creativity, curiosity, courage, confidence to these younger parts that need that respect and need that care. Let's bring in our first guest. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Gabby. This is my second time on the show.
Oh, welcome back, Samita. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. You're looking very pretty, as always.
Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
So I wanted to actually address the question of inner child. I think in my case, in my childhood, I had a lot of strict upbringing. Like I was always watched and there was a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations. And I am a doctor today, so I can thank my parents for that. But I have some inner child blocks which are present. Like, I am not very expressive. I am, there is a lot of lack mentality that I need to achieve something and prove myself to get something. So this is affecting my romantic relationships, my otherwise relationships, also professional relationships.
So
So
there's a,
wherein
how would you name that part of you, the part that's trying to get approval? What would you call that part of you?
a part of me where I want to prove myself
Prove yourself. Okay, the part of you that wants to prove yourself. Would you be open to connecting to that part and getting a little curious with me right now about it?
very much.
Okay, let's talk to that part. Okay. So just close your eyes and just take a deep breath and focus your attention inward. And let's find where in your body you might notice the feelings or sensations that could come up when you think about this part of you that needs to prove herself. What do you notice?
It's in my gut,
Your gut, okay.
in my tummy.
Are there any colors or shapes?
No, it's just like a knot feeling. I have a fear feeling attached to it.
Okay, a knot. Is there an age or a gender attached to it?
No gender, but I can say age of 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years old.
It is me, so it is a female.
3 or 4 years old, this part. And is there anything that you can see happening in this moment when you check in with that part?
Yeah, it's like people telling me and expecting things out of me. Like, I need to score this much, or I need to become certain person. A lot of expectations around it.
So it's 3 years old. There's a lot of expectations around it. How does the part feel in this moment when you think like that? What are the feelings that come up? Anything that you notice?
It's just, I feel sorry for her, and I feel I need to help her out, but
Beautiful.
I don't know how to reach there now.
Okay, let's open up to the possibility of reaching her. You called it a her, so I'm going to refer to the her. Is that okay?
Okay, yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. And so how is she with you right now? Can you sense any proximity to her in this moment?
Yeah, she is with me. It's
Where is she?
just very close to me. I cannot actually, visualize her, but yeah, she's
You
just,
feel her close. Okay.
Yeah.
Does she know that you're here?
Yeah, she does.
She does. How does she feel towards you?
She feels hopeful.
Hopeful. Excellent. And how do you feel towards her?
I feel protective,
Okay.
but I don't know how to reach, and I don't know how to help her now. Like,
Okay. So the part that's protective and that's trying to confused about how to help, let's ask that part to step aside because that's another part that's just coming in. Okay. And let's get back to the self energy if we can. How do you feel towards her when we ask that protective part to step aside?
I feel that she needs to be safe. I want to make her feel safe. I want her to know that she will do fine in her life ahead.
Okay. So right here, right now, does she know that you're saying that?
She does.
Okay.
Now she does.
Okay. And what does she need from you?
She just needs for me to tell her that you can relax and everything will fall in place eventually.
What does relaxation look like for you?
Relaxation looks like not being in a lot of pressure while you work.
Is there
Like
a visual?
Like, I remember I used to be so much stressed while doing the work. And so it used to really drain me out. which I could just do playfully and with a relaxed state of mind.
Okay, can
This
you
is my-
visualize yourself working playfully in a relaxed state of mind?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Is she with you?
Yeah, she is with me.
And you enjoy your work?
I do very much.
Okay. So I want you to visualize yourself every morning. Relaxed, joyful, playful in your work. Because imagine you're getting up, going to work, right? And I want you to see that image. And I want you to invite her to come with you and let her know that she's safe to be playful and she's safe to have fun. Because two things can coexist, right? Your parents' impact has made you a great doctor. And it's also made you not have enough fun, right? Not feel good enough at times. So let's lean in and celebrate the part that's a great doctor. And let's just give it what it really needs, which is more joy. And so I want you to visualize every single morning. See yourself working, playing, having fun. See her with you by your side. Welcome her to come to work with you. And say, I promise we're going to have some more fun. Because let me tell you something, she's at work with you all the time. But oftentimes she's there saying, we got to work harder. We have to be better. We have to show everybody that we're better. But what if you guys together could say, no, all we have to do is just have more fun. We're doing everything right. Let's have more fun. How does that feel to you?
It relieves me of pressure even today.
Beautiful. Can you make that commitment to her that you're going to have more fun with her at work?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay, beautiful. So that's your work. That's your homework. Just have fun.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome,
much.
sweetheart. You're welcome. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Love you.
Thank you.
Hi, Gabby.
Hi. Hi, sweetheart.
Hope you are doing well. You look so beautiful, as always, like someone else said.
Thank you.
This is also my second time in the show, so I'm so grateful for that. Maybe you remember me because I'm in Mexico City, and I had this issue last year going through all this process when I came back from the US. So I just want to thank you for all your kind words because it helped me so much. Actually, right now, I'm in a really good company and I'm doing what I manifested at that time. So
Nice.
I'm so grateful for that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I'm just the kind of person that can be an example for someone else saying, okay, just believe in what you are manifesting and the universe has your back. Definitely.
Beautiful.
Regarding this issue, I have been always suffering about what I used to be when I was a kid. Because my parents, I'm the oldest one. I have just two little brothers. But my problem is that I have been always thinking that I need to do too much to be accepted. I have to work longer hours to confirm that I'm doing the right thing or whatever everyone else is expecting from me. But when I think about it, I guess it's because my inner child was so hard because my parents were more focused on my little brothers because they said that they had a lot of troubles to get solved, that I was a kind of nice girl and I have the best grades and everything. So I think that has been affecting me all the time because I cannot enjoy myself doing whatever I do because I feel that I need to think about others before, what they are going to think about me and if they think that I'm enough, instead of, giving myself that opportunity to feel that I'm doing right, that I don't have to be someone else just to be accepted.
How does that show up in your life right now? How does that belief system show up in your life right now?
Right now, I think that I'm trying to do better, but still, I'm in a really good company. Everybody trusts me, but I still think that I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. And the problem is that I think that I'm translating this thing to my child, because sometimes I think that he's a really good person and he believes on himself, but sometimes the way that he sees me, it makes me feel that he doesn't trust himself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just transferring all my low self-esteem So I
Okay,
think
so
that
you
my
only
parents,
feel, just correct me if I'm wrong, but you feel worthy when you're helping other people and
yes,
overachieving. Is that correct?
yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
So if you saw your child in that way, trying to overachieve and prove himself to others, what might you say to him?
I would definitely say that he doesn't need to do that because he's worthy for what he is. He's so smart and he's so good at what he does. He loves soccer and I think that he's very good. But sometimes I think that he feels scared that someone else is looking and he will fail. Sometimes he doesn't want me to be in his soccer games because he feels nervous whenever I'm there.
Okay.
And I think that is so bad. It's just because I have been the same way. And
So
I
could
want
you
to stop.
empathize with him? Could you say, yeah, I understand. I've been there. I have those
Yes.
feelings too. Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And when you say those words to him, when you think about saying that to him, how does that feel in your body?
It's weird because sometimes I feel relief, but sometimes I feel nervous because I think half of the time I want to believe that to myself as well.
Sure. So my advice here is to start to speak to yourself the way you would speak to your child. So if it's through journaling, maybe wake up in the morning, notice whatever you notice in your body, notice what you're feeling. How old is that part of me that I'm noticing? What's the age? What's the gender? And then what do you need right now? Asking that part, what do you need right now? And they'll often say, I need acknowledgement, I need love, I need connection. And then speak, once you've made that connection to that younger part of you, treat it the way you would treat your child.
Okay.
Speak to that part of you the way you would speak to your child.
Yeah, and I think that this is going to be really great because, like, I think that I need to forgive myself for whatever I have been feeling all this time. Because sometimes I think that I had to be apart from my parents because they have hurt me so much. But I just think that I'm responsible, that it was my fault, that I didn't accomplish whatever they were expecting from me. And until they get that word saying, oh, you are good at what you are doing, just trust yourself. But sometimes I don't think that they mean it. So I don't want to have the same to my child.
Well, it starts to not carry this on to your child is to start to treat yourself and your child parts the way that you would treat your child. Because the more you practice actually speaking to your younger parts of who you are in that way, holding those parts of you with acceptance and compassion and connection and creativity and calmness, the easier it will be to just do that with your child. And so you have this beautiful opportunity to witness how, of course, I would never judge my son. I would never put him down. I would never make him put pressure on him. That energy that you bring to him, I need you to start bringing to yourself. And the more that you do that, the more second nature it becomes. And the more you start to become the parent to your inner children as well as your child.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
We've have all this emphasis on how to parent and what about reparenting ourselves? Do you have a copy of Happy Days? Do you have a copy of my book, Happy Days?
No, yet. I haven't been able to get it.
We'll
here in Mexico.
send it to you. We'll figure out a way to send you the audio or the ebook, and we'll get it to you. And I want you to read the book, to really heal those historical wounds with the family. And there's a whole chapter on reparenting yourself, and practice the principles in that chapter, because they're not only going to benefit you, they're going to benefit your son too.
Definitely.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Gabby.
Thank you,
it's
my
always
love.
a pleasure.
So nice to see you again. I'm so proud of you.
All the best for you and your team. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. So today's episode is really offering us another gentle reminder to care for the children within. We walk around just lugging our bodies around thinking we are this adult who has to show up in these ways, but we're all day long being triggered into child parts. And so we have to care for those parts of ourselves with respect, with love, compassion, become curious, compassionate. There's a whole episode on the 8 C qualities of self inside the Dear Gabby episodes, go listen to that 8C Qualities of Self. And listen to that episode because it will help you really recognize the internal parent that you have within that you can bring to all of these young parts of who you are. And the more that you practice this connection from self to these young parts, the easier it will be for you to even parent your children and to be conscious of the young parts in your loved ones and to be a more connected, compassionate soul. You have the power to connect to your child's parts. You have the power to let them know that they are safe with you. I hope you enjoyed this show, and I really think this is one of those episodes you want to listen to a few times over. Listen to it a few times. Save it. Replay it. Come back to it. Let's close the show by just sending a lot of love to that child part of you. Put your hand on your heart and your hand on your belly and just take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, let it go and just say, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Thank you for joining me on Dear Gabby. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.